Many people experience waking up between 2 and 3 a.m., and this is actually based on natural biology rather than something being wrong with you. When you fall asleep, your core body temperature rises until about 10:30 p.m., reaches a peak, and then begins to drop. This temperature drop signals your brain to release melatonin. As your body temperature continues dropping through the night, it eventually needs to rise again. When it starts rising, you naturally move into a lighter stage of sleep, typically between 2 and 3 a.m. Everyone wakes up during this time. The difference is that not everyone has trouble falling back asleep. One of the most important things to remember is to resist the urge to check the time. When you look at the clock, you instantly calculate how much sleep you're losing, thinking something like, it's 3 a.m., I need to be up at 6:30. That's only 3.5 hours left. This creates anxiety and activates your mind when you want it to stay calm. Sleep is like love in this way. The less you chase it, the more likely it is to come. You can't force yourself to sleep. The best approach is simply to relax and let it happen naturally. Another common mistake is making unnecessary bathroom trips. If you truly need to use the bathroom, absolutely go. However, many people wake up and think, maybe I should see if I need to go, even when there's no urgent signal. This isn't ideal because the act of going from lying down to sitting up, then standing and walking raises your heart rate significantly, making it harder to fall back asleep. To enter unconsciousness and achieve sleep, your heart rate needs to be 60 beats per minute or below. When you get up and move around, you're working against this requirement. Understanding the concept of non-sleep deep rest can be tremendously helpful in reducing anxiety about being awake. Even if you're not sleeping, lying quietly in a dark room without moving provides some rejuvenation to your body and mind. Research shows that about an hour of this rest is worth approximately 20 minutes of actual sleep. So if you find yourself lying awake, knowing that you're still gaining some benefit can help you avoid the spiral of worry that often makes falling back asleep even harder. One of the most effective techniques for lowering your heart rate and preparing your body for sleep is the 4-7-8 breathing method. This technique works by dumping excess carbon dioxide from your lungs and allowing fresh oxygen in, which reduces how hard your heart needs to work. To practice it, breathe in gently through your nose for a count of 4, hold that breath for a count of 7, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. This isn't forceful breathing. Keep it gentle and natural. The extended exhale is what triggers your parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for your body's rest and relaxation response. You can repeat this cycle several times, and many people find they fall asleep before completing even 5 or 6 cycles. Temperature regulation is another powerful tool for managing middle-of-the-night wakefulness. Since your body temperature fluctuations are part of what's causing you to wake up in the first place, you can work with this natural rhythm. Keep your bedroom cool, ideally between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. If you wake up feeling warm, you might gently adjust your blankets or stick one foot out from under the covers. This small action can help regulate your temperature without fully waking you up. Some people find that keeping a light blanket nearby allows them to add or remove layers as needed throughout the night. The key is making small adjustments rather than getting up to drastically change your environment, which would raise your heart rate and increase alertness. Your mental approach to waking up also matters significantly. Many people catastrophize the situation, thinking, I'm never going to fall back asleep, or tomorrow is ruined. This kind of thinking activates your stress response and floods your body with cortisol, which is the exact opposite of what you need. Instead, try reframing the experience. Remind yourself that you've had nights with less sleep before and functioned just fine. Tell yourself that lying here with your eyes closed is restful, even if you're not fully asleep. Some people find it helpful to think of themselves as resting rather than trying to sleep, which removes the pressure and paradoxically makes sleep more likely to come. Visualization and mental imagery can also be remarkably effective when you're lying awake. Rather than letting your mind wander to tomorrow's to-do list or replay conversations from the day, give it something peaceful and repetitive to focus on. Some people imagine themselves descending a staircase, counting each step downward. Others visualize a peaceful scene like waves rolling onto a beach, timing each wave with their breath. The key is choosing something boring and repetitive enough that it doesn't stimulate your mind, but engaging enough to keep you from ruminating on stressful thoughts. This technique works because it occupies the parts of your brain that would otherwise be generating anxiety or planning, allowing your body's natural sleep mechanisms to take over. Progressive muscle relaxation is another technique that pairs well with staying in bed during nighttime wakefulness. Starting with your toes and working up through your body, you alternately tense and then completely relax each muscle group. Hold the tension for about 5 seconds, then release it and notice the feeling of relaxation that follows. Move from your feet to your calves, thighs, buttocks, stomach, chest, arms, hands, neck, and face. This serves multiple purposes. It gives your mind something to focus on other than the fact that you're awake. It releases physical tension you might not have realized you were holding, and it triggers your relaxation response. Many people find they fall asleep before completing a full body scan. If you're still awake after trying these techniques, remember that staying in bed is almost always better than getting up. Many sleep experts recommend avoiding the old advice of leaving the bedroom if you can't sleep, especially for middle-of-the-night awakenings as opposed to initial insomnia. Getting up, turning on lights, moving to another room, or especially looking at screens all increase your alertness and make it harder to return to sleep. Your body is already warmed up, so to speak, for sleep. You were just sleeping an hour or two ago. If you get up and fully wake yourself, you're essentially starting the falling asleep process from scratch, which is much harder than simply maintaining the semi-sleepy state you're already in. If you're thirsty during the night, keep room temperature water by your bedside so you can take small sips without getting up. Avoid drinking large amounts, as this might wake you later for a bathroom trip. Room temperature is preferable to cold water because cold water can be slightly alerting to your system. You can drink more water first thing in the morning to properly hydrate, which is a better strategy than drinking a lot in the middle of the night. Similarly, avoid the temptation to have a snack unless you have a medical condition that requires it. Eating activates your digestive system and can signal to your body that it's time to be awake rather than asleep. Finally, it's worth examining what might be contributing to your awakenings beyond just normal sleep cycles. Alcohol, even consumed hours before bed, can cause you to wake up in the middle of the night as your body metabolizes it. Caffeine consumed too late in the day can also fragment your sleep. Stress and anxiety from your daily life can manifest as nighttime awakenings, so consider whether you need better stress management techniques during your waking hours. Physical discomfort from your mattress, pillows, or sleeping position might also play a role. Sometimes simple adjustments to your sleep environment or evening routine can reduce how difficult it is to return to sleep when you naturally wake during the night. The goal isn't to never wake up. That's not realistic given how sleep cycles work.